Welcome to Oh, that's the wrong channel.
Dude.
Hold on. Give me a second. There we go. Welcome to EJ Towing and Recovery. This is our broken rotator that we purchased. We didn't know it was broken when we bought it, but that's okay. We'll be over at Crossroad Garage, and we're going to take that thing apart. So, it's a Holmes 600R numero uno, which is actually pretty cool. It's a 2006 Peterbilt 335 with the ISC 315 A3 Cummins. This is the truck on the brochure from 06, which is honestly pretty cool. So, yeah, quick walk around of the truck. The dealership put a new LED bar on it. Again, 8.3 Cummins, Peterbilt. Way better than those freight shakers. We didn't want one of those. So now that we own a Peterbilt, it makes you feel like a man when you sit inside, you know? You get inside of this thing. It's got air horns, so when the kids want you to honk the horn going by, you can actually do that, unlike rollback, and it just goes meep meep. It sounds like Roadrunner. That's no fun. It's got an Eaton Fuller 10-speed in it. High-low. Manual will be nice on this, just for towing some of the bigger stuff. The goal with this truck was there's not a whole lot of people in the area getting into medium duty. So a lot of the time they're sending a heavy out to do a medium truck's job. This is the truck. So 16-ton rotator boom. It's got 220 degrees of rotation on it. On the road side, the boom we got a 220-inch max hook height, which is just shy of 18 feet. And this is fully capable with, with a 12,000-pound rating fully extended on the boom. We can still pick up a car, over in the ditch, lift it up and swing it all the way around to this side to set it on our rollback, which will make recoveries a lot easier. That'll be pretty awesome. We've got some paint work to do on it. It's a little wore out. It's got driver and passenger side controls. So all of our hydraulics and everything. We've got outrigger controls, wheel lift controls, winches, and then our boom. So our slew for going back and forth, boom in, boom up, and then our front outrigger controls. This one does have manual slide outs for the outriggers, but they roll like a dream. This truck did come out of Missouri, so it's got some rust, but again, that's kind of why we're going through and cleaning this thing up. It didn't cost as much as a new one, and we're okay with that. We've got more storage over here. So, gonna send a lot of this stuff off for powder coat, clean it all up, put it in our company color. There is a scratch down this side, but nothing that can't be repaired. More frame forks, holders, all of the wiring for the lighting and everything is in there. And then we've got this big pass-through box, tons of room for storage, chains, straps, recovery. The way this truck's weighted, we're sitting about 23,940 pounds on the scale. So 13,000, I think it was 940 over the rear, and the rest of that weight over the front axle. So what we're gonna do is try to weight this thing up on the front. Washington State DOT says you can't put more than 12,000 pounds on the front axle. That's okay. So I'd rather load up the axle in the front and then leave our carrying capacity for the rear. So this one will be licensed at a 33,000 pound. That'll be really, really nice for all this, motor home. We're looking into an Ivers system. That way we can flat tow a lot of these semis, and that way we can still use that. So yeah, dealership threw all new tires on it, polished tanks. Obviously we got to do some cleanup after going all the way from Missouri back to Washington, but get this thing cleaned up, maybe do a blackout package or something on it. Might leave a couple of these bugs just because, they did come from Missouri, so that's kind of cool. Never seen Missouri bugs before. Yeah, so again, more storage on this side. We want to get some more lighting in here. It came with a pretty cool fire extinguisher that looks like it might work. So, not that we ever will need that. We're good. So, yeah, more frame fork storage. Again, we're going to take all this out, have it all powder coated, and that'll be really nice. Recovery straps. We like the lift all stuff. So a lot of our rim slings, lift all, infinity loops, the endless straps, recovery straps, and 6, 8, 10-inch wide ones, 26-footers to do rollovers and whatnot. That'll be really cool. Be able to put all of our stuff organized in this. And then again, we've got driver's side controls. Same thing. So you can throttle up the truck from back here, so you can idle it up to get more RPM in the motor to get more PTO. Air release on the winches. This thing's got DP winches on it. They're 15,000 pounds. So we got 30,000 pounds worth of winching capacity on a 32,000 pound rated boom. So fully retracted at 30 degrees off the tailboard, you're good for 32,000 pounds worth of lift. Fully extended, you're 12,000. And then again, you've got the outriggers to really plant this thing where you need it. Around to the back, it's got rear outriggers. Somebody decided to get happy with a welder, hot glue gun again, and put some teeth on that thing. So we've got that going for us. Probably going to need to get some boards or something so we don't chew up every piece of asphalt that we go to plant ourselves on, but that's okay. And then coming around to the back, we did notice on this wheel lift, this thing did end up cracked right here and here. Now, whether this is being the #1 truck 0001 from Miller, whether that be a cold weld or a different manufacturing problem, I don't know. But it appears with how wore out the bottom wheel lift portion is, and we have film of that already that'll be clipped in here, this has got a lot of slop. All the wear plates are worn out. All of this is cracked, obviously. So I think what probably happened was somebody decided to put that wheel lift all the way out. We're 12,000 pounds retracted on frame forks, 8,500 pounds fully extended with frame forks, and then 6,000 pounds fully extended on our L arms, which, I mean, the thing's got 81 or 82 inches of reach. It might be 85. But I mean, shoot, it reaches all the way out to here. So you can put you could still do a small car with this, which is pretty cool. It's going to be a pretty versatile machine for us. And then back here on this tailboard section, you've got the big subframe assembly. Flip over to that here. I know it's in here somewhere. So the welds we're talking about are on piece 23. So these welds right here have cracked, which it appears that somebody weighted the outside of this way too much, putting way too much leverage on this, and they actually tore the ears off that piece of steel and then reinforced it. So that right there is all torn up and been re-welded. But that's going to put a bunch of force on this, which is going to, and then turn, camber that out like that. And that is what is going to end up doing that. That's going to push on this facial plate and just break the welds. So we're going to have to re-weld all this, get this all punched back in. We're also thinking about just reinforcing this to add a rear winch, an electric winch, like a 12,000 pounder. That'd be pretty cool. Mount a winch either here or here on this big plate, because this is all part of the subframe and already boxed and really strong. So it sucks that we have some problems with it, but obviously we didn't pay new pricing for it. It's got 130,000 miles and 9,000 hours. We knew we were going to run into some problems. We were a little bummed to find out it was that many problems, but so far it does seem like the dealership, and I'm not going to name names, so far it does seem like the dealership we're working with that we bought this from used is willing to work with us, which is pretty cool, because obviously any used vehicle is as is, and maybe down the road, in another video we'll disclose who that is. But yeah, kind of a bummer that you spend all this money and you end up with a broken rotator. But again, it's a rotator, and it'll be perfect for what we need, and it didn't cost 400 grand. So I can't be too upset about that.